We often talk about geopolitical and trade uncertainty in very high-level terms, especially in this current political moment we find ourselves in. But for SMEs, this translates into something very real in terms of concrete decisions around investment, expanding or holding back. What are you seeing right now in terms of how SMEs are adapting to the current environment?
First of all, good morning to everybody, and thanks for invitation. Yes, you rightly said, couple of crises which we experienced, I would say, last decade, show us how vulnerable our supply chains are and how strong in some sectors our dependencies are. So if you see the main priorities of this Commission is, of course, competitiveness, resilience. We were talking about sustainability and sovereignty. We a bit changed on sovereignty with independence. So this is something that, as you said in the beginning, and also the speaker before me, that the SMEs are the first who feels these vulnerabilities and the shock that recent crisis brought to everybody, the SMEs feel it even stronger. So we are really committed to, first we hear what our businesses are saying and what our citizens are saying. We really believe that deepening the single market also will be the best way to help our SMEs to thrive, to grow, to scale. And of course, making the things, the access to services, digital, easy, fast, cheap, harmonized. It's something that we are very focused, and we already did propose 10 omnibuses. Very much, I think all of them are focused on how to support the SMEs. And of course, 28 regime was mentioned. I really believe that yesterday was a big day for European founders, for European entrepreneurs, for European innovative companies. So we hope that the process of adoption will go smooth, and we really, really hope that the 28 regime will be adopted by the end of the year by the co-legislators. You know that today the European leaders meet on the European Council. European Commission, together with the Parliament and the Council, is going to propose a roadmap of deepening the single market. A couple of packages that are already adopted by the Commission, one of the 28 regime with a clear roadmap of adoption of these legislations, including the omnibuses, including the business wallet, digital wallet, because you are talking about digitalization. So we hope that this roadmap will be adopted and signed by the President of the Commission, President of the Council, and the President of the Parliament today. So I think yesterday was a good day for European entrepreneurs.
Definitely, as you say, this was a big week for the 28th regime moving forward. But we've been talking about single market fragmentation for a long time. What do you see as being materially different with this framework, and how do you anticipate the Commission being able to manage resistance and pushback from member states around this?
You're right. We were talking about deepening the single market since decades and capital market union, because one of the obstacles was cash flow, as far as remember, fragmentation, complexity. So this is what we hear from everybody, being big, small company. So I really believe that it's time from, if you ask, everybody is supportive of deepening the single market. I never heard a politician who is against, but at the same time, the process of deepening, it's my opinion and the Commission opinion, a bit slow. Mm-hmm. So if we are serious, we have a lot of proposals actually already adopted by the Commission. We have to adapt them fast. And I believe that what has changed is geopolitical situation, mm-hmm. obviously. And it's completely different. 20 years ago, I think European economy was second in the world. China economy was 5% of global economy. Now the situation is completely different. So if we want really to remain competitive, to support our private sector, the only way forward is deepening the single market. So I believe that geopolitical situation will help to achieve this goal.
To motivate member states to...
Yeah, I think the member states are motivated, and I think that they should start seeing this deepening the single market, not for what I'm going to lose, but what I'm going to win, to turn a bit the perspective. Yeah, because, for example, completing the capital market union, yeah, everybody has to make some compromises. Maybe some of the players will disappear, but if we have a big stock exchanges, our companies will be not pressed to go in New York Stock Exchange when they want to be listed. Mm-hmm. So at the end, not everybody is going to lose something, everybody is going to win much more. So I really believe that we should really turn the rhetoric and start thinking of what I'm going to win, not what I'm going to lose in short term.
But do you think member states are making that case to national populations?
I think yes. I think also your support, support from the private sector, 28 regime was mentioned, and I really believe it's a big achievement. I said yesterday during the readout that actually it was a real bottom-up initiative. And the big support that we felt from the community, innovative companies, startups and scale-ups, SMEs, it's something that really brought us to this ambitious 28 regime. So I believe that also your voice is very, very important. I believe that, yes, the government see that we don't have time to lose, that we have to speed up the deepening the single market. Okay. Because our competitors are not waiting for us to do that. But at the same time, we are not one country. We are 27 governments, parliaments, different political groups. This is how democracy is working. And I really believe that the fact that we manage, after every crisis, to come up with new initiatives that make us stronger, it's also unique. Mm-hmm. When the prime ministers or the ministers get together in the council, discuss on the different legislative files or initiatives, they have to find a compromise. And I think the fact that we managed to find a compromise, it's remarkable.
So shifting gears for a second to startups, Europe is very good at producing them, much less successful at helping them scale up. If you had to isolate it, what do you see as the single structural barrier that prevents European companies, small, medium-sized, or startups, from becoming global players?
The barriers that we self-impose to ourselves. Again, it's a single market, fragmentation. That's the main reason. As you said, we are not. The perception for Europe that we are risk-averse, that we don't want to risk. The fact that we create more startups than any other region in the world means, my opinion is the opposite, that how people want to create a business, they want to risk. They have this entrepreneurial spirit. But at the same time, if you're a private investor, and if you look at how fast you access the market, how much will cost to expand on the neighboring countries, where are you going to invest? In Europe, it's at least twice slower and at least twice more expensive. So if we tackle these barriers, if we make the access to the market faster and cheaper, I think also the capital will follow these great ideas, and it's going to invest. So, yeah, single market.
So you see it as a question of access to capital rather than a risk appetite mentality?
Yeah, I think we have these problems with mentality as well. I'm not denying it, but I think the main reason is the fact that we are fragmented. That's the main reason. Not that we are, our investors are not seeing the good ideas. I think we have plenty of talented people here. If you see the patents, we are one of the best in the world. But when you see how many of those patents are going to the market and make them products, is less than 1/4 of the patents. And I think one of the main reasons, again, is that we are too fragmented and, to be frank, too complex.
So if there's less fragmentation, more unity, a deeper integration of the single market, capital flows more freely, and you think ultimately that enables more risk-taking?
Yeah, absolutely, I'm convinced.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I'm convinced. I'm convinced because I'm meeting a lot of investors, and actually, if you look our European Innovation Council Fund, this is, in my opinion, the biggest deep tech fund, deep tech VC. For every euro of public money that we invest in our deep tech startups, we, together with the private sector, manage to attract 3 to 4 euro more. That means that actually our investors are seeing this potential. They're ready to risk. And when we get together, when we help those entrepreneurs to receive the needed licensing, when we guide them, train them, then the capital also goes there. And the fact that we managed to convince also the private investors to co-invest with us to create a Scale-up Euro Fund shows also that our private capital is ready to risk. It will be a deep tech scale-up fund. And I think those are really positive signals. We are working also with institutional investors. We are working with them to create a voluntary institutional investors pact to motivate them to invest in our private VCs, because many of them are investing in American VCs, and they are making American pensioners richer than ours. So we think that we should turn this trend, and we should motivate them to start investing in our VCs. So these are all the initiatives that we work, is motivation, inspiration, but they should go hand in hand with simplification and tackling the problem with the fragmentation.
Okay. So we're running out of time, but in the last minute or two, if you had to prioritize in just a few words the 3 most important things Europe needs to do to create a better environment for SMEs, what would those be?
I think we said that deepening the single market, it's number 1, simplify the procedures, and digitalization. So I think we are working on all of these 3 initiatives in the Commission, and most of actually, it's not just talking, but we have concrete proposals on the table, adopted by the Commission. Mm-hmm. And we're continuing with the omnibuses. We are not stop mentioning these 10, but doesn't mean that we are going to stop here. You know our goal, 35% less administrative burdens and savings for our SMEs by the end of this mandate.